So, if you're a developer building with AI agents right now, you've probably hit a wall, right? You've got this super powerful dynamic agent on the back end, but trying to get it to talk smoothly to a user interface, it feels like a constant battle. The old tools, they just weren't built for this. Well, today, we're going to break down an emerging standard that's aiming to solve exactly that, the AGUI protocol. Here's what we've got on tap. We'll start by digging into why our current app architectures are kind of breaking. Then we'll introduce the AGUI protocol and see where it slots into the bigger AI stack. We'll get into its core features, check out who's already building with it, and then wrap things up by thinking about what all this means for the future of software. All right, let's dive right in. To really get this, we first have to understand the core problem we're trying to solve. Why exactly are AI agents causing such a headache for developers? Well, for decades, the web has run on this really simple model: request and response. Your browser asks for something, a server sends it back, and boom, the conversation is over. It's predictable. But AI agents, they're a completely different beast. They work in these long running, totally unpredictable sessions. They stream their work, they mix text and voice and tool calls, and they can even call on other sub-agents. That old, simple model just can't keep up. It completely falls apart. So, if the old tools are breaking down, what's the solution? This is where a new standard comes in, one that's designed to create a common language between any agent and any application. And here it is, the AGUI protocol. Now, the key words to focus on here are open, lightweight, and event-based. This isn't some big, clunky framework. Nope. It's a simple, standardized set of rules for sending messages back and forth. Its whole reason for being is to create a reliable and, this is super important, a debuggable connection between any agent backend and any user-facing frontend. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like this. It's USB for AI agents. Remember the days before USB? Every single device, your printer, your mouse, your camera, it had its own weird proprietary connector. It was a total mess. Then USB came along and created one universal standard that just works. AGUI is trying to do the exact same thing for the AI world. One standard plug so any agent can connect to any app. No fuss. Okay, so to really get the role AGUI plays, it helps to see where it fits into the bigger picture. It doesn't try to solve every single problem in AI communication. It has a very specific, very important job. You can really think of agent communication in 3 layers. Down at the bottom, you've got agent-to-agent protocols for when agents need to work together. In the middle, you have agent-to-tool protocols, which let them connect to data and APIs. And then, right at the very top, handling everything the user actually sees and interacts with, that's where Agent UI lives. It's the final, crucial link in the chain that connects all that power to you. All right, let's get a little more specific. What can you actually do with this thing? Let's look at the building blocks AGUI gives developers to create these next-gen experiences. First off, it's all about making the interaction feel, well, seamless. We're not just talking about sending text. We're talking about live streaming of chat, being able to handle files and images and voice, and this is a big one, visualizing the agent's thinking steps, so you're not just staring at a loading spinner, wondering if it's even working. Now this is where it gets really powerful. AGUI lets an agent go way beyond just text. It can actually send structured UI components for your app to render. It creates a shared state, almost like a Google Doc, between the agent and the app. This means the agent can safely and directly change the user interface in real time. And this part is absolutely crucial. This isn't about letting an AI run wild. The protocol is built from the ground up with user control in mind. It has built-in support for interrupts, so a human can give approval. It handles clear delegation to sub-agents. It even lets you steer the agent in a new direction while it's in the middle of a task. It really puts the user firmly in the driver's seat. Okay, a protocol is great on paper, but it's only as powerful as its adoption. A standard isn't really a standard unless people are actually using it, right? So let's look at the ecosystem that's already popping up around AGUI. So this thing wasn't just designed in some ivory tower. It was born out of real-world needs through direct partnerships with some of the most popular agent frameworks out there, leaders like LangChain's LangGraph and Crew AI. This made sure it was solving actual problems for developers from day one. And since then, adoption has been fast. We're now seeing first-party support from the biggest names in the game. Microsoft, Google, AWS, they've all built integrations for their own agent frameworks. This tells you it's not some niche side project. It's a serious, industry-wide effort. And all of that adds up to some serious momentum. We're already talking about over 20 supported frameworks, SDKs, and integrations. That means developers, no matter what language or platform they're working on, can tap into this standard. And that just helps the whole ecosystem grow even faster. So let's zoom out and wrap this up. What does all of this really mean for the future of how we interact with all of our software? Where is this all going? I think this quote just nails it. The way we build applications is fundamentally changing, and AGUI is that essential bridge. It's an abstraction layer that lets developers finally move from the old, rigid world of client-server apps to this new, dynamic, and stateful world of AI agents, all without having to reinvent the wheel every single time. And that really just leaves us with this final thought. What happens when all that friction between our most powerful AIs and our user interfaces just disappears? When they can finally communicate through a universal standard language? What new kinds of applications and experiences become possible then? What are you going to build?